Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Kitty. In this video, I'm going to tell a story about a snagging incident gone wrong. So if you are interested, please keep watching. And while I have your attention, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and the bell button, because every time I upload a video, you guys will be the first ones to see a video, whether it be these types of videos or a live video. So don't forget to do that. This video takes place, I want to say about 6 or 7 years ago. I was fresh out of a relationship. I was heartbroken, okay? I was lonely. I was lost. My whole world was upside down, okay? I was out and about, partying on the weekends, going out with my friends, going out with my cousins, you know, just living it up, single life. And it's funny how we do that as Native people. Once we become single, we start partying, you know. We start, like, it's not even like, yeah, it's all fun and games, but it gets old fast, okay? So anyway, this story takes place at a spot called Uncle Monkey's. If you don't know what Uncle Monkey's is, it used to be a bar here in Mesa. It's one of those Native bars where everybody and their uncles and mamas and dads and everybody's been there, okay? It's been running for a while. It actually closed down a few years ago. It was located right on the north side of MCC. And funny thing is that when I first moved here, I actually moved right next to Uncle Monkey's. It was so cool because I was 21. I was 20, 21. I used to go there when I was underage. That's how poppin' that place was. And when I moved out here to go to school, it was just right there. So we would just walk over there, meet up over there. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I wish it was still there. Like even now, I would just go there just for the music, because the music was always popping. People you knew, somebody you knew was always there, and it was always cool. There was always a lot of fighting though. You know how natives get. They always get all rowdy and get all crazy. But it was fun. It was just like home away from home, I guess, if that makes any sense. Anyway, this night, I'm pretty sure it was like on a Saturday night, because that was when I usually went out. I was hanging out with this guy that I liked, but we were just kind of hanging out. We didn't like sleep with each other or anything at this point, but the feelings were there, but not strong enough, not to the point where like we were committed to each other in a relationship. We were just kind of hanging out, just like friends first type thing. I'm kind of flirty sometimes. I can be flirty, and especially in my drinking days, and especially, you know, when I had some tequila or some cranberry and vodka, your girl would get a little friendly. I mean, I wouldn't like go sleep with somebody right then and there, you know, but I would get that courage to you know, to flirt a little, to, you know, just, I was that person, okay? I remember the guy that I was hanging out with, he brought his friends, so there was 2 guys and then me. We're all hanging out, and I was just kind of like feeling good, just kind of on the prowl still, you know, because even though I was with him there, I was not with him in that way, okay? And so like he wasn't my man, I wasn't his lady, but I know he liked me. I didn't want to be with him at that time. So I'm pretty sure once this guy walked in, and he was Navajo. I mean, like, I can spot a Navajo a mile away, okay? That's how, you know how some natives can tell other natives, like, for instance, I can tell who's from White River, I can tell who's from San Carlos, I can tell if you're Navajo, I can tell if you're Octum, I can tell, you know, like, you know how people, I can tell if you're Hopi, you know, like, it's just your physical features. And so I'm very good at spotting those Navajo men, okay? And so in walks in this tall Navajo dude, and I'm just like, wow. And my eyes just kind of lit up, and he was really cute. He was really light-skinned, probably a little bit lighter than me. And you could just tell he was a basketball player, just the way he dressed, just the way he carried himself. And you could tell he's one of those guys that, like, he's a ladies' man, or like girls throw themselves at him, you know, like he was that good looking. And I'm pretty sure the homeboy that I was with didn't like it and kind of got mad, and he's like, I'm gonna go, you know, are you gonna come? Like, he was trying to say, like, are you gonna come with us? And I was like, no, I'm gonna stay here, because I'm the type of person that can stay places by myself. I can go to movies by myself. I can go eat dinner or lunch or breakfast by myself. Like, it doesn't bother me, okay? So to stay at a bar, especially when some hot looking guy comes in, yeah, I'm gonna stay by myself. You guys go ahead, do what you gotta do. I'm gonna stay here. And he didn't like that. He didn't like that because he knew, like, I saw something I liked, okay? And so they left, and I was like, whatever. So here I was just drinking my drink, drinking my cranberry vodka like I always do. And I remember I was like, I saw what he was drinking, and he was drinking a beer. So I bought a beer, and I had the bartender send it to him and say it was for me. And so the bartender went over there, gave it to him, and I was like, it's from Kitty. And he looked over there, and I was like, I was being flirty, okay? And then he came over, and he was like, you bought me a drink? I said, yeah, you know, and it started from there. Long story short, we were feeling each other, okay? Like, you ever meet people where you just like click right away and it's just like, man, this is too good to be true kind of thing? It was one of those types. We just vibed so well to where I was like, I didn't care. I was like ready to jump on him, okay? Because your girl has not gotten any in a long time, and I was lonely, and I was, you know, I wanted some. Plus he was good looking. He was there. He was willing to give me some. And I was like, I might as well take advantage. So we couldn't come here to my place because I have this rule where I don't bring anybody here. I don't want anybody around my kids unless you are going to benefit me and my kids, i.e. a serious relationship. Other than that, if you're a date, no, don't come to my house. So we couldn't come here, and he lived far. He lived like, he was coming from like another part of the reservation, but somewhere else past the reservation. And I was like, well, let's just go find a spot, you know? So we just found like this random parking lot, and we were like all trying to hook up, okay? For some weird reason, he just could not function properly, if you know what I mean. I was like, okay, maybe he's too drunk, because some guys get like that when they're really drunk. And we were drunk. We were both drunk. And I was like, maybe this is a sign. This is a sign. This is a sign. Like, take it, Kitty. So I came back here, and he kept coming around. He kept coming around. He kept coming to see me and stuff. And he was always messaging me. He was always texting me. We didn't hook up that first night. We tried to, but we had malfunctions, if you know what I mean. Not with me, but with him. And that's okay, because I just took it as he was very drunk, and that was it. But I liked him so much to where I was like willing to keep seeing him. We would talk a lot. We would talk a lot. He was always texting me. He was always, you know, messaging me. He was calling me. He was always coming around. I didn't think nothing of it. I asked if he was single. He said he was single, and that was it. It was to the point where like my cousins that I would go out with, we would go out, and they're like, hey, Kitty, like, where'd you meet this guy, you know? And he was cool. He was really cool. He even met my dad. He even met my dad, and my dad was like, I saw him before, because he was telling my dad, like, yeah, I played in San Carlos before. And my dad was like, what's your name? And then he told my dad, and my dad's like, oh, yeah, I remember you. And he's like, they knew each other. They remembered seeing each other at one point. So I was like, if you're in with my dad, you're cool, okay? I was just like, wow, this is like kind of happening fast, but at the same time it was exciting, okay? We saw each other for like a couple of weeks, and then out of nowhere, and we still haven't not slept with each other. We would just hang out, we would, you know, make out, whatever, and then go hang out at the bars and stuff, and that was it. I remember this one day I started getting messages on my phone. Who is this? Whose number is this? And I'm like, who are you? You know, you're the one calling me. You're the one getting mad at me. Who are you? We'll just call this guy Starburst, okay? Because I have a pack of Starburst right here. She was like, this is Starburst's girlfriend. Who is this? And I was like, wow. Here we go. Here we go, Kitty. Here we go. I was like, what do you want? She was like, have you been seeing Starburst? And I was like, why? She was like, because I found your number in his phone. I was wondering why he was always gone all the time. Blah, 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 blah. Did you know that I'm pregnant right now? Did you know that we're getting ready to have our, I think she said like third or fourth baby? And I was like, no. She was like, so every time he was leaving in my car, he was going to go see you. And I was like, that white ride, that nice white ride, that's your ride? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, wow, okay. The ride I was driving around at some point, that's your car? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, wow, okay. No, he did not tell me. He told me he was single. And I assumed he was single because he was texting me all times of day and making effort to come see me and hanging out with me. That it never crossed my mind, because that's what single guys do. They have free time. They have free time to text who they want. They have free time to meet with you. Not just a certain time of day they'll text you. Not just a certain time of day they'll come meet you. They're available, okay? And that's how he was. He was available. So I never took it as he had a girlfriend. I believed him when he told me he didn't have a girlfriend. End of story. She told me, well, did you sleep with him? And I was like, no. We tried at one point, but it didn't work out, you know, because he couldn't get hard. And so we didn't. And it just kind of, you know, we're just kind of hanging out, drinking and stuff, and that's about it. I said, why? And she's like, last time he messed around, she had to go get tested. I'm like, wow, isn't that what you do anyway? But anyway, I guess he's done it before, basically, is what she's saying. And she was not surprised, but she was very hurt. And she started talking about it, and I was like, okay, that's none of my business. Tell him not to bother me anymore, and that's about it. I don't want to hear from him, and I didn't know he was with you. I'm not a homewrecker, because I know homewreckers, and I ain't trying to ever stoop that low. I'm sorry. I won't talk to him again, but it ain't just my fault. So you need to talk to your dude. That was it. Never heard from him again, never heard from her again. And then like a week later, he tried to message me, and I was like, you freaking liar. Like, you could have told me you were seeing somebody. You could have told me. He was like, it's not working out, and I don't love her, you know, I want to be with you. I'm like, now you say that because you're in a doghouse. Now you say that because you got caught. But I said, no, I can't. And a little part of me wanted to take it there, just because we had this bond, we had this chemistry, and he was really good looking. But deep down in here told me, don't, Kitty, because he's probably just going to do the same thing to you, you know? Like, if he can do that to his pregnant girlfriend who he has babies with, he can do that to anybody. It doesn't matter who, okay? So deep down I was like, no, I can't talk to you, and don't bother me anymore. And then I want to say like a year later, he had moved back to his res, which is up north, I won't say where, and he got a hold of me on Facebook, and I was just like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. Still, I can't. But he was really good looking, and I'll give him that. He was really good looking. And so that is my story about a time when hookup went wrong. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know by hitting that like button down there. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.